here it is called like try except in Python. So what this is like really very useful function here. So what it does is, let me comment this out first. So in case if you are getting some error within your code, you can actually a kind of handle it. Like this is a kind of error handling functions. Error handling. This is used for error handling things. So how we can do it is like there is something like try, and whatever code you want to write, you write here. And in case if there is any code error within that code, it will come to except. You write the error handling code here. In the sense, whatever you want to, in case if such error comes, whatever different things you want to do, you can do it here. And then there is one more thing called finally. So what this finally does is like, in case if there is no error, then this will execute. Only if code in try doesn't have any error. Okay, this is the whole part. Like this was the idea behind it. So why this is actually very much necessary, because once it goes into production, or even in our daily work, in case we want to process, let us say you want to read like hundreds of documents, okay, and you have given path, but there is some issue reading one of the document file. So in that case, what will happen is it will throw an error and your code will stop, right? Thus that will happen. So this doesn't allow you to do that. One, in case if such kind of scenario occurs, you anyway you write that entire code here inside this try, and then you run it, right? So at that point what happens is, in case if there is any error, it will go to this except. So here you can do whatever you can do, in the sense, in case if there is an error, you can remove that particular file path from your code or something, or do some different handling, search in a different path, something like that. You can do it here. This is just one example. So, and later finally is a thing like where this runs in case if only if there is no error within this try. Okay, so let's experiment with one example here. So let's do it this way. So for I let us say I have 10 is too big. Like let's do it with 5. Okay, and I want to, for I in range 0 to, okay, then why do I need let's keep it n. Okay, so just for, so let's do it for 5. Okay, so I'm printing here just a single for loop, where I'm printing n by I. Okay, let me do it from -5 to 5. Okay, so, and I'm printing this here. So let's see like what it will do. Let me comment this out, this code structure, and see like what it does. So if you see here, it has worked till let me also print I separately. It was a division by 0 error, because of which code stopped in between. Let me do this. So if you see, it is started from -5, -4, -3, -1, and at 0 it has given 0 division by 0 error, right? So but it did not print others. Like what it can do is, like, we want is maybe if there is an error, skip that particular one and then move forward for few others. Okay, so let's say
it didn't work for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, because it started from -5. Once it went to 0, it throw this error, and program will stop, because if there is an error, program will stop, right? So that's what happened here. So initially, maybe you won't be knowing why it has stopped. Okay, let's assume that way. So initially, what will be our approach is, as like just in a previous sessions, I have mentioned about PDB, right? So let's see how like actually how you are going to use this PDB. Now this will be a case. So let's use this try. Okay, so inside try I'm using this, and because most cases here we can see your output is like printing something, so you can identify. So after -1 it should be 0, and there is error has come. Here you are able to identify, but in most cases actually, okay, let's also do that way. Let's not print it. Instead, let me append to something, and I'm not printing at all. Okay, so let's take a list A which was empty initially, and I want to append to that list this n by n. Okay, so let this be the code. Okay, so it will actually cover two different topics. So, and I want to print A at the end. So this is a code. I want to run it. It did not, you seeing that code here, you won't be knowing that there is an issue, like where exactly there is an issue. You will be only knowing in line 110 there is an issue. Okay, so you go for line 110, and what you are going to do is do this pdb.setTrace. Okay, so but if you do it always, so what happens is, let me show that as well. So what happens is, if you run, so it gave a value. Okay, so see what is I. Okay, so you go for C and there is no error again. It, because it's inside a loop, it will come. So this is not a practical way of doing it, right? Because if, let's say your loop is of 100, so you can't do always C, continue and then check it, right, till that error comes. So how we can do it is remove this, put try here. Okay, and now, and in except put this breakpoint. Okay, so let's see what it will do. So if you see now it has come here, let's see what is the, now what you should be doing is see what is the I value. It is coming. So I value is, well, is it not saved? Okay, let me, okay, I have run it before it is saved, I guess. So I is this, I is 0. Okay, do one thing. Okay, I is actually 0, right? Sorry. Yeah, yeah. So I am a bit confused. Yeah, I should actually be 0. So whenever there is this thing, so it gave an error when I equal to 0. So what we should do is like just skip it, right? Like in this case, in case if I equal to 0, what can be done? In A, let's give A dot append. Instead, earlier what happened is like here, it was trying to execute this one and gave an error. So let's check this, what it will do, and see. It has I is what, 0. So n divided by I is giving error, right? So let me let not mess it up. So what is happening here is like you can check like what is happening here. So you got this error when I is when there is a 0 division error. That's what we got earlier. So what we can do is, when in case if we can handle the code this way, so you can put a breakpoint and check at this point when I is 0, then you are getting this error. So whenever there is an error, you just do this append and just add 0 here. Okay, so I want to do it this way. So I'm removing the breakpoint finally, because remember, when you are directly delivering to production, then you don't put any breakpoints, because this is only while developing or like debugging your code. Okay, because like in case if it has halted at breakpoint, your code or your application doesn't run anything. Like it will just be stuck there. So let's run here. Now if you see it, usually we get an error at this level. So when there is an error, what it has done is it has went to accept and it has printed. Let me also write some comments here. Error at I. So and then if you are printing it, so error came at 0, and that time it has handled as like appended as 0, and the rest is same. Okay, this is one way to use it. So here if you see, we did not use finally here. That is an optional thing. So in like, and if you want to use it, you can do it finally and print let us say no errors. So it's finally is a not mandatory thing, but try and accept is mandatory. If you want to use try, you should use accept. So here if you see, what it has done is it went here, try, if there is no error, it came here, printed no errors. And in case where there is an error, it did not print that no errors. Let me also print no errors at comma I. Okay, see if you see here, once it has, okay, so once try accept is done, then it has come here and it has printed here. Even it work, even this printed even at I equal to 0. So one thing I told wrong is like this works only if code doesn't have an error, doesn't, okay, that is one correction, please do it. So executes after try catch. So I actually was confused with MATLAB and this thing and few other codes. So bear with me. So this is the thing, like whatever you want to do in try accept, you do it. In case if both are done, then it comes here. At least one of these is done, like it comes here and it prints that. Okay, that is the thing. Okay, is it clear? Rashid, Srikant? Hello?
Yeah, Raju. Yeah.
Is it clear? Okay.
Yeah, it's
so
clear. Anyway, let me try once, then it will be easier.
yeah, sure. So anyway, like you'll be using these like more often in next course. Like when you start using files, there you get like very good use cases in that. So the next thing, like let's talk about like 5 more minutes about dictionaries and then close today. It's already past the time. Rashid, is it okay? You are
That is
already
this recording, you will be having this recording, right, after completion
yeah,
of this session.
Time it's recording. Yeah. I'll be having this recording, no issue.
So as soon as so now I'll leave the meeting if you don't mind, as you know.
Yeah, sure. No problem.
Started. So once you get a recording, just forward me, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. So Srikant, let's continue with dictionaries now. Do you have time?
Yeah, but Raju, one question. In the previous note, this trial, except I just want to understand. So except we are given error at I, means when I has reached a 0, we got an error. And next time when we add an a dot append 0, it's append is basically adding a element what you want to, right? Or
Yeah.
incrementing it.
No. Here in append, like whatever you add here, that will add to the list, right? If you see here,
correct.
It came when there is an error at this point, and we have added 0. Or maybe you want to add like not 0, you add like error occurred. Okay, something like a string you want to add, you can add that.
So error occurred, it's fine, but again it's repeated the same, no? From
Okay. It repeated same. Is it? Just a minute. Let me. So okay. Yeah. Now tell. It's no error.
So
You're talking about this one. no errors at 0?
Yeah. When
Okay,
we
yeah,
gave
yeah.
error 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, again it has incremented. From where it has got the value? That was I'm wondering.
See, 1, 2, 3, 4, because here it is -5 to 5.
Understood.
Okay, so it -1, -5, -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh,
Right?
okay. Let me correct my things. So in a try, when it has tried, it has come as 0. So an error has come, immediately it has jumped to accept. Then it has put it as 0 over there because we are giving a dot append 0. The next time when it goes for loop, it has incremented, it has given 1 and it has executed next.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Understood.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's not like a if else, this try and accept. Means what happens in a if the condition is executed, else part will not execute that time. But here the try has executed, then error has come up, then accept has also executed in the same cycle.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that will happen like that.
Yeah, understood.
Let us say here you have multiple sentences. Okay, so 3-4 sentences are there. Let's do one more thing. So let's print this I as well, or no errors at this level. Just to change it, let's keep it this way. So if you see here, then this will be very clear now. So if you see this no errors thing, like it has not printed for 0. If you see, and because at this.
Understood. Because it has
right?
come as an error, it has jumped to accept directly.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so whatever lines were there down, in case if there is an error, it doesn't execute and it will jump to accept. Okay. So, and here we have to be very careful in writing code, because here in case if there is any error, like you did not write a try catch, so it will
Raju, one
crash.
more. The try, when you are writing a code in accept, you are already known about the error that you are writing in accept, right?
Yeah. You should be doing that way. Yeah. And you should know like what different kind of error comes, or like while debugging or developing your code, that time you will be aware like what different errors can come. Okay. So there is one more thing similar to that. Yeah, that's clear, right? So there is one more thing similar to this. There is like instead that it is going to be a 0 in this. What is that? Like 0 division error. If you remember, like what we got here is 0 division error. So let's also put it that way. Let me comment this out just to get that error name and nothing else. I want to.
Anyway, it's clear now.
It's clear. I want to talk about like a different topic. So okay. So this is what we had initially, right? So let's try that. So if you see, we got 0 division error. If you are very sure, in case there can be different kinds of error coming up in your code, right? In one particular scenario, it may be 0 division, one particular scenario, some file missing. It can be anything, right? Because you will write a complex code in the end. So in that case, like you have to handle each error separately. So let's take this case where you want to handle only 0 division error. Okay. I'm going to write this code where this was error, right? So we are going to handle only 0 by division error. How we can do it is, let me take this, and in accept 0 division error, we can put something like this. Okay, let me comment this. So if you see this, so this, let's see what it will happen. Okay. There are many different errors like value error, index error. See, it has worked without any problem if you keep the 0 division error. Let's say we are not aware that it will go for like zero division error, and we wrote our code for value index error or something. So let's put like value error. Okay, so and see, it did not do anything, like it could not stop this error, right? If you see here, it didn't this try did not could not handle this zero division error. Got it, right?
Got it.
Okay, so that is the case. So if you are writing code, you should also be aware what different kinds of error you are going to get and handle them separately this way. So if it is value error, you do it some other way, and you can add like some more except. And it is zero division error, you handle it different way, something like that.
One try can have, and we can have multiple except in that case.
Yeah, you can have multiple except. And there is one thing called continue. Okay, so what this continue is, there is just skip it, like whatever is there in down, like it doesn't execute. Whatever maybe you wrote like some other code here lines, this doesn't work like in that particular loop. It's just skip from there and like goes to the next point in the loop. Okay, so that is use of continue. So that is also in the sense maybe this particular code down has some further processing of whatever you got here. So in case if you got an error, like it doesn't make sense to process any more of those. So in that case, what you do is just skip that particular loop, and it goes for the next part. So that is the use of continue.